First, thank you very much, Pilar, for having us and organizing this. As a European and global bank, it's a privilege to be here. And I think looking at what digital transformation means in the relationship between large financial institutions in Europe and other players, I think the first thing is looking at what kind of investment institutions like Santander bring to digital transformation and how serious this is for us. Our executive chairwoman has made very clear that our goal is to have the best open financial services platform in the world, at least at Santander, and we've already committed to investing 20 billion euros in digital transformation. And we're going to see this affecting our customers and also our model of business. We're looking toward a platform model where a bank is one piece of a larger financial services platform. And there are going to be services from Santander, but also others. And think about, for instance, the special things that a bank can bring where banks really do know their customers and they can authenticate customers. And obviously with the consumer's consent, imagine a platform where the consumer can sign on, the consumer can already be underwritten or already identified, and that consumer can then have ties to a bunch of other services with other market players. That's something that is very transformative, and it's something that we look at working together on both with fintech and large tech companies. I mean, from our perspective, there's somewhat of a misnomer. Certainly there are interests and everybody wants a level playing field, but it's not lost on us that this is a financial ecosystem that is being redesigned, and there's a place for all parties to work, and we're each other's customers. We work together on innovation and want to collaborate. I think if you look now at the kind of things going on in Santander to serve small and medium enterprises, which is a very important way where technology has reduced the cost to serve businesses and offer a higher level of service, and the global reach of a large institution like Santander to small and medium enterprises. This is something that's also transformative that was just simply not possible a generation ago. We're going to continue in that push. We want to work with fintech. Santander also has a team that is dedicated toward identifying some of the best fintech companies that are able to partner with a global bank and aspiring platform like Santander. I think from our perspective, the pain points that we might see in looking at this is how can we, as a global European bank, compete more on a level playing field with other global competitors? And it's not just a cross-industry issue, it's even within financial services. If we look at in Europe where there's consolidation of everything around the banking company, irrespective of whether the services offered are actually banking services or in any way related to the core systemic function of large banks. Those things are not always the same. And if you look at many competitors in non-European jurisdictions, they're able to separate the perimeters and operate under rules that allow regulators to look at activity-based regulation on principle. And that's something that's very important to us. We think that's a key path forward to have a level playing field between European global banks and their peers. And we see this as not only affecting European banks and sort of larger institutions, but we see this also at the fintech end of the spectrum, where if one looks at the headlines of fintechs sort of taking that next step to being acquired or growing in Europe, they're either forced to often seek a non-European exit or to sort of become a heavily regulated financial institution. And from our perspective, we see an opportunity to get a more level playing field where European financial institutions can bring the same kind of expertise, service to the client, and global stability that non-European competitors do. But that's something we're committed to working on. And again, we see a much larger ecosystem where large tech companies, large financial institutions, and fintechs are going to be innovating together. And there's going to be collaboration that is going to deliver, just like Pilar said, the exact kind of benefits to the consumer. So I think, given the desire to be brief, I'll leave it at that and be able to answer questions later for everyone. Thank you.